Welcome to the Present Brain. So today I'm really excited because I get to talk to you about this thing called the filter. But before we talk about this filter, let's talk about a scenario that we're probably all familiar with. So you're walking around and you come up with this really good idea. Maybe it's a goal. And so you start planning for this goal. But through the planning, you start to get these negative thoughts. What if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if no one shows up to this event? And it starts to become really overwhelming. So you stop. Later on, you think back at this plan and this goal and you wonder, why did I stop? What prevented me from achieving this goal? And so this is where the filter comes in. The filter is a really interesting concept and it really starts from the beginning. So when you're born, you have this thirst for knowledge, this curiosity of things. So you've never experienced the world, you see this really shiny object, so you touch it. Nothing's preventing you from touching it, but you develop a filter because this thing is really hot, so your filter says don't touch. Then you develop these cues for social behaviors, right? So maybe you interrupt your elders or you do things that aren't socially acceptable. And so you develop these social filters. And these two filters make a lot of sense because they're good for society and they help us survive, right? Then you develop this third filter. And this filter is the one that we all probably need to work on a little bit. And this filter is overthinking. And what happens in this filter is we get all these irrational thoughts from our past experiences, like maybe we got bullied or we have childhood problems, and we overthink things. So, for example, let's say you want to ask your boss for a raise, but you overthink it. Or maybe you want to change jobs, but you think, what if I'm not good enough? Or maybe you plan to start a club and you almost get there, but you just don't get far enough. Well, before we move on, let's talk about the basics, right? So first, the first filter is survival, and that's really important. So you're gonna need that filter. The next one is common sense social skills. So you're definitely gonna need that filter as well. But the one that we're gonna work on the most is this overthinking filter, this filter that creates all these irrational thoughts. We're trying to get rid of that one, right? But before we can get rid of that one, we have to create a new foundation. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out which of the following are our survival and common sense social skill filters. And we're not going to ignore them, but we're going to make them be the foundation of our curiosity of things, right? So those are just going to be things that are normal to us. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on these overthinking filters. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of those filters in such a way that it helps us achieve our goals. And I will go more into that at the presentbrain.com blog. And if you want any more tips or anything like that, please contact me. Thank you for listening to this video and keep on going.